Welcome to Badminton Weekly with me, Jasmine Lim. We begin this episode of the Yonex Swiss Open, where China has overtaken Denmark as the most successful nation in Basel. China collected 56 titles at the Super 300 event on finals day, winning 4 of the 5 disciplines, with the men's doubles being the only category they failed to get a representative. Ashwini Punapa explains why China still has plenty to smile about in Switzerland.
Firstly, I'd like to say that China has always been a very strong force to reckon with in the badminton world. They've had the top pairs across all disciplines, and at this Swiss Open especially, they've got 2 Chinese pairs each in the finals. And in a long time, we haven't seen the Chinese team as such come for the Swiss Open. I think since it's a new cycle post the Olympics, there are a lot of scratch combinations, a lot of new Chinese pairs coming into the scene. I'm guessing they send a big team, and when they send a big team, they always are a force to reckon with, which is what we're seeing at the Swiss Open this year. It's really nice to have Chen Yufei back as part of the team, especially since she is the Tokyo Olympics gold medalist. So having Chen Yufei back is nice from a fan point of view, especially since she's done so much for China. And also being one of the only Chinese players so far to have a better head-to-head with An Se-young, who has been in phenomenal form at the start of the year. So I think it should be motivating. And she's come out of that break this year, starting with the Orleans tournament. And the Swiss Open is her 3rd tournament of the year. And she has reached the finals of the Swiss Open, winning at the finals. Her first title after her break and her 3rd tournament for the year, so it's pretty incredible, and it's going to give her the confidence needed, especially since she took that break and she's come back refreshed and energized. It would be the best way to start the year. So I wouldn't say China has put a lot of pressure on Tan Ning and Liu Xiangqiu. However, they are the current world #1 pair, having got to the top and being the #1 pair from China, since the previous #1 pair and Olympic gold medalists of Chen and Jia have split and they're partnering with new partners. So I think that might give them a little bit of added pressure. But having said that, though they hadn't had the best of start this year, they did reach the semi-finals at the All England and have reached the finals of the Swiss Open, where they lost to their teammates. But I think that's a good start, but also they're very young, and to be world #1 at such a young age might play a little bit of a role. But of course, they've done really well last year. They are the current Olympic silver medalists. So yeah, I think sometimes players do go through these slumps, but they are taking themselves from one tournament to the other. I think China splitting their top pair of Chen and Jia would help for sure, because it also gives the other players on their team a lot more experience playing with the likes of Chen and Jia, who have been world #1, who won all the major tournaments on the circuit. So they would get a chance to learn from them, and also it's the best way to train your next generation and the next lot of players, having former players who've done so well in the international scene to mix it down. But I would say China's also got so many pairs and players that they can afford to split partners and try new partnerships out.
Dechapol Pravaranukroh and Kittipong Kedren had to work hard to claim their first ever World Tour title at the Swiss Open. The Thai pair was pushed to 3 games against Mohammad Shohibu Fikri and Daniel Martin. However, Dechapol feels that their recent meeting 2 months ago was key to overcoming the Indonesian pair in the final.
ผมว่าเกมวันนี้สิ่งสำคัญคือเกมมันยากเหมือนกันครับเพราะว่าคู่แข่งที่เราเจอเราก็เคยแพ้มาแล้วแล้วก็วันนี้เขาก็พยายามถึงเขาจะแต้มตามแต้มนำเขาก็พยายามบีบเกมเรามากครับวันนี้ครับก็ความท้าทายใช่ไหมครับก็ครั้งนี้กับครั้งที่แล้วมันก็ด้วยรูปแบบเกมครั้งที่แล้วเราก็รู้ว่าเราแพ้เพราะอะไรแล้วครั้งนี้เราก็พยายามแก้เกมจากครั้งที่แล้วเราก็พยายามไม่เล่นข้อดีของที่เขามีไว้แล้วก็พยายามเล่นข้อดีของเราหรือว่าเปลี่ยนการเล่นใหม่ครับอะไรที่ทำให้ผลงานดีเหรอครับผมก็คิดว่าการเตรียมตัวเตรียมแผนการซ้อมก่อนหน้านี้แล้วกันเพราะว่า เรามีเวลาซ้อมเนี่ยเราก็พยายามว่าเราควรทำอะไรจุดไหนเราควรเพิ่มจุดไหนเราควรแก้ไขก็พยายามเอามาใช้ให้มากที่สุดครับผลเป็นไงก็กลับไปค่อยไปเพิ่มอีกทีครับก็เหตุผลที่ตีทั้ง2อย่างใช่ไหมครับก็จริงๆทั้ง2อย่างเนี่ยมันมีอะไรที่มันควบคู่กันอยู่มันเสริมกันอยู่อย่างชายคู่ไปใช้กับมิกได้บางทีตีมิกมาใช้กับชายคู่ได้มันคอยส่งเสริมกันครับพอถึงเกมที่มันจะต้องใช้มันสามารถเอามาใช้ได้
First World Tour title and they've done it. 21-14 in the decider. Fascinating final. Really enjoyable to watch from start to finish.
Tadi permainan mereka dari start game awal sampai game akhir cukup konsisten, cukup rapih juga dan sangat solid ya. Dan tadi di game ketiga terakhir kita sudah agak lengah dan dalam posisi tertekan, sulit untuk keluar dari tekanan itu. Ya semoga di next pertandingan bisa lebih baik lagi. Terakhir bertemu kita bisa menang dan di sini mereka bermain lebih baik dan kondisi lapangan serta shuttlecock juga cukup mendukung mereka dan mereka lebih ada peningkatan lebih rapi lagi dan kita kurang sabar aja sih di lapangan.
Ya puji Tuhan kami bersyukur bisa diberikan runner up tapi juga kami harus belajar lagi dari kesalahan kami tadi dan bisa meraih gelar juara ke depan. Kami adaptasinya cukup baik, sama-sama tahu kekurangan kelebihan, tinggal bagaimana kita terapin di lapangannya.
The Yonex Swiss Open was the start of a new journey for Wang Chang. The 23-year-old split up with partner Liang Wei-keng to pair up with Liu Yi in Basel. While Liang and Wang claim at the Yonex All England that a split is not permanent, Steen Pedersen believes the time away from each other might benefit the Chinese pair.
The big problem for them is that they've actually lost to Korean pairs for some time now. Since the Asian Games in 2023, they've only managed to beat one Korean pair, that's Kim Ji-jun and Kim Sarang. So that's of course a concern for the Chinese. However, I do feel that they did well in the Olympics. They came really close to winning the gold medal. And I think for a pair that is this young or inexperienced, it takes some time to get over the Olympic blues and find new motivation. So I'm not sure this split is for good. I think it's searching for opportunities, trying to see if you can come up with better combinations. We've seen it done successfully with the Koreans. With the Indonesians, they've decided to split two of their three top combinations, and we've also seen it in women's doubles. We're seeing it in mixed doubles that the Chinese are experimenting. It's logical to try and see what can we achieve if we pair them up with some new players, and also it will be beneficial for those new players to get a chance to prove themselves in the World Tour. But I think the Koreans, as I mentioned, they're really, really solid, and that seems to be one of the keys to playing Liang Wei-keng and Wang Chang. Since the Olympics, they've only lost to good pairs. They've lost to two Indonesians. They lost to Gosefei and Nur Isudin. In terms of motivation, I think that's been difficult to uphold the same motivation as going into the Olympics. And I also think at the Olympics, we saw Liang Wei-keng in really, really good physical shape. I'm not sure he's been able to maintain that kind of shape, which I also think is quite natural. We can't expect players to be in top shape year in, year out. I think in the new pairings, they might be looking for something that they don't have in their current partner. Liang Wei-keng might be looking for a partner that's a little bit stronger on the backcourt than Wang Chang is, and on the other hand, Wang Chang might be looking for a partner that's a little bit more agile and quicker on his feet than Liang Wei-keng is. They are a pair that's very polarized in terms of front court player, back court player. So you could say in that manner, the opponents possibly have figured out that the goal is to try and switch that formation around, and then you have a better chance playing Liang and Wang. Well, changing partners is always contributing a little bit because you oftentimes get new responsibilities in new combinations. You have to for instance, Wang Chang maybe have to work more on the backcourt, or Yang Wei Kung have to be the director of the combination and take more responsibility on the front court. So you get different experiences. You might also get stuck sort of like in your own role if it's players that has the same role as your previous partner. But I think also more importantly, you figure out what the qualities were of your old partner, and then you can make an informed decision whether to reform the partnership or to continue with the split. Because, I mean, Wang Chang might find that he gets better chances with Yang Wei Kung attacking from the backcourt than with Liu Yi. So that will be an experience. You find out sometimes that the grass is not always greener on the other side, but sometimes it is in fact greener.
Yong Dae is no stranger to changing partners. The Olympic gold medalist who has achieved the world #1 ranking with 3 different partners during his career explained what it takes to be successful in the doubles discipline and how players' value should be proven in badminton.
복식을 하더라도 파트너십은 깨지는 순간 무조건 한 번은 옵니다. 그럼 위기는 무조건 와요. 왜냐면 1년만 하는 게 아니니까요. 1년만 하는 게 아니라 2년, 3년, 4년, 많게는 몇 년 이상을 하는데 그 파트너십을 유지하는 게 쉽진 않은데, 저는 어떻게 했냐고 생각을 지금 해보면 저는 운동을 정말 열심히 했습니다. 진짜 그 파트너들보다 더 열심히 했어요. 왜냐면 제가 열심히 안 하면 그 파트너들은 저한테 믿음을 줄 수 없다고 저는 생각이 들었거든요. 그래서 그만큼 열심히 노력했고, 그 선수들보다 더 하려고 노력을 했고, 더 하려고 노력하다 보니까 그 파트너들은 저를 믿고 의지할 수밖에 없고, 그 파트너도 저를 보니까, 그러니까 그 파트너를 보니까 저도 열심히 해야겠구나. 그래서 서로 마음은 조금은 상한 적은 있었겠지만 그래도 크게 파트너십 어긋난 적은 없었던 이유는 아마 그런 것들이 가장 중요하게 여기지 않았나 생각을 합니다. 제가 이제 은퇴를 하고 뒤에서 바라봤을 때 선수의 가치는 실력으로 어느 정도 증명을 해야 된다고 저는 생각해요. 많은 사람들로 하여금 그 사람들에게 좋은 플레이를 보여주고, 또 많은 선수들이 그 보는 사람들, 관중, 팬들이 좋아하는 플레이를 하는 사람이 그 사람의 가치를 자기가 매긴다고 생각을 하거든요. 그래서 뭐 포기하는 모습보다는 항상 도전하고 열정을 갖는 선수라면 또 여러 가지로 좋은 스폰서십, 또 그런 지원과 이런 것들도 충분히 그 뒤에 따라온다고 저는 생각이 들어요. 그래서 뭐 제가 조언할 입장이 될지 아닐지는 모르겠지만, 일단은 본인들의 실력과 또 좋은 퍼포먼스를 보여주는 게 첫 번째고, 그 뒤로는 뭐 꾸밀 수도 있죠. 네, 저도 경기 나갈 때는 꾸몄으니까요. 꾸미고, 하지만 경기에서는 그런 꾸밈보다는 더 멋있는 플레이를 하는 것보다는 조금 진실된 경기, 되게 집중된 경기를 보면 그 경기가 오히려 더욱더 멋있는 경기가 된다고 저는 생각을 해요. 그래서 선수들도 항상 집중력 있게 끝까지 포기하지 않는 모습을 보인다면 우리 배드민턴도 충분히 재밌고 또 그런 가치가 저는 생긴다고 저는 생각을 하고 있습니다.
That's it from us. The HSBC BWF World Tour is currently on a break and will resume with the highly anticipated TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup on April 27. Before that, make sure to join us next week as we look back at the biggest highlights of the European Tour. And in the meantime, stay up to date with the latest news by downloading our BWF app, Badminton for You. And as always, do let us know your thoughts, comments, and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. With that, see you next week.